Hi, my name is Ashley Bugby, and this is my Module 3 for District Finance over federal and state budgets. I looked up the information for Oxford USD 358. We are a small 2A district in South Central Kansas. I really utilized the data from the 21-22 school year because I felt like it was more comprehensive. There is some data that is missing from the 22-23 school year in the budget reports. So most of the information I got was from that year. Looking into the different topics, assessed valuation, this is, of course, the number that the state determines that per pupil, how much is it going to cost this school district to provide them with an adequate education. So for that year, it was about $50,000 a student, and that is over $21 million for the district in their total assessed valuation, and that is with 427 full-time equivalency enrolled students for the 21-22 school year. The total cash balance is almost $3 million, and a cash balance is one that just monies that have not been encumbered. And a lot of times districts will carry these cash balance because there's emergencies that come up, or there are things that fluctuate from year to year, month to month, and it's good to have some cash balance to make sure that you can take care of those things if needed. General state aid, so every year when we do the audit, September 20th, that full-time equivalency enrollment that you get, using that is how you get provided your general state aid, and that is about $3.7 million was the state aid for the 21-22 school year. Total expenditures are the amount that you have spent every year. So for the 21-22 school year, $7.1 million. The part about the data that I enjoy the most about this is, number one, that it's broken up a little bit more in detail for every district, and that it provides you a 10-year look at some of this information. So like over to the side, you can see the percentage of increase or decrease every year in total expenditures. So for me, it was interesting to see that during the 21-22 school year, we had the biggest increase in total expenditures since 16-17 school year. So kind of some interesting things to look at when you're considering expenses and how did we have such a big jump. So other funding data are kindergarten format. We have a full day, which of course gets us more full-time equivalent students. Our head count, so on-campus kids we have here is 383. We do have a virtual program, so that is why our full-time equivalency enrollment is increased by that much to 427. This free and reduced enrollment, I actually used the 22-23 data on that because when we had the free lunches and the free meals provided by the COVID relief, our free and reduced numbers were way off. We had some families that never filled out those things, so I feel like the 174 is a more adequate number. Transportation cost for the 21-22 school year was $156,000, and this is pretty similar over the years. I do think that our transportation may go up this year, but obviously with gas prices and things along those lines. Lunch prices, our elementary students pay $2.85 per lunch, high schoolers $3.15, and the breakfast price for everybody is $2.45. I know that those prices already are going to go up quite a bit for the next school year, just because of cost to meet the inflation of everything else. Personnel data, we have 33 certified staff, 22 that are not certified. Our average teacher salary is about $47,000, and I think it's interesting. I'd be interested to see in how they found the principal average salary, because our high school principal, is actually a split job. She is also the superintendent, and then we have me as an assistant principal and our elementary principal as well. School bonds, we passed a bond about 5 years ago for $12 million, and these are the things that we were able to accomplish with that, and our principal outstanding is $5.8 million on that. It's funny because this is maybe the one thing that COVID helped getting this bond completed as quick as we did, because in that time period where students weren't at school, we were able to start construction. So pretty quick to see the completion of those bond issues, and getting the construction and updates done. Mill rates, I feel like this is the category that is complicated, and it over the years has been kind of hard for me to understand it, but I really liked this Langland from an article in 2015, described how it's figured, and so how much you can take in every category. So for obviously the mill rates general fund set by the state, it's 20. Our Oxford Supplemental General Fund is 13.708. Capital outlay is 7.874, and bond and interest is 11.827. So I also is something that is a little overwhelming to me is all of the different types of funding that schools receive, and then on that other end of it, how can we spend those money? So looking into this, like the supplemental general fund is also known as the LOB, and this is where your operating expenses can come from. Capital outlay, this is going to be long-term projects or to also have it as emergency needs, so possibly roofing needs, things along those lines, HVAC systems, replacing those. And then obviously the bond and interest are the bond rates that you can impose too. Mill rates, these are different things that you can put the mill rates on. This is from the KSDE website, and there are some of the resources that I used along with this. So thank you.